Welcome back. I have now two very exciting guests with me to talk about the building and actually quite a few things that we've seen in the video a little bit in more detail. Welcome, you two. So on my side here, I have Leo Welter, who some of you might recognize. We had on stream earlier with Joel in one of our segments. Would you like to introduce yourself quickly?
Yes, I'm Leo. I'm a lead game designer on Dune Awakening, and I'm responsible for building and social systems.
Yes, and then we have a new face on the stream on the side there, Tor Egil, also known as Mr. Legendary Tor Egil for some on the Discord, because he's actually the one who does all the magic for when you see buildings in like marketing material, in videos or on screenshots. That's basically the person who makes them. He's absolutely amazing when it comes to building. So it's definitely a good person to talk to us about building today. Welcome. Do you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Sure, thank you. I'm Tor Egil. I've been with Funcom since 2011, and I'm the senior content manager on the marketing team. So usually when you see something built or you see videos or images, I'm usually involved in some way.
Absolutely. Like I said, magic. So when we talk building system, we should probably also talk about what is the goal with the building system and kind of how does it differ from, let's say, Harkonnen Exiles, for example. Leo.
Yeah, so for the building system, two things we really wanted to emphasize is that on one hand, we want to retain the freedom that you had in Harkonnen and Exiles, right? So you can build quite a lot without restriction, but on the other hand, we also wanted to make sure that building worked on another level of persistence that we have in Dune Awakening, right? So some restrictions were necessary there. So we wanted to make sure that those two things worked hand in hand.
Yeah, because you have a seamless world and it's very heavy on your system as well otherwise. I think when it comes to quality of life improvements, is there anything that you feel we learned from Harkonnen Exiles that goes into Dune Awakening?
So the building system in Harkonnen Exiles evolved through many, many years, and that also taught us much for Dune Awakening. So I felt we've taken those learnings and put them in here, and so it's a bit of an evolvement of the Harkonnen Exiles building system, but it's also it allows us to basically take those learnings, but also expand the system with especially more unique building pieces, more unique styles, and make it flow easily as you build. So now Harkonnen Exiles is unique in that it has through 8 years been adding dozens of building sets. So we're not there yet on Dune Awakening, obviously, but we have 4 at launch, and we're going to keep adding as we go on.
And of course, one of the differences that was mentioned is the land claim and the sub-fief basically that you place down. I think we should just jump into the game and actually show what that looks like.
So we're basically going to build a base together with
okay, now we see it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we have 2 ground cars out here, and we're looking for a spot to build our base.
Yeah, and then we see Camille waving for us.
Yeah, so the way we start with that is we find a good spot, and then we start by placing our sub-fief console, which is how we claim a piece of land.
One thing to keep in mind there is that you see these outlines, and you can see where there's red, there is a point of interest, NPC camp, something like that, so you cannot build there. But the other places you can build. So we're going to place this. At the moment, I have the starting sub-fief console, which is basically just in Haga Basin South. You want to talk about the differences, Leo?
Yep, so later on in progression, you'll unlock the advanced sub-fief console, which can claim a larger piece of land, which is the one you can see here. And that one can also be expanded to an even greater area. Or it can be expanded vertically as well, if you want to do that. All right, so now that we have the sub-fief console here, what you can do is add the other player here to its permission list, and that will give them access to it as well. So now they're an associate, you can elevate them to co-owner level of permission, and they'll give them increased rights to perform various activities on the base. Now, this is the base management screen, as we call it, and here you can see details such as the name of the base up in the left corner, which can be changed as well. You can see that there, set it to whatever name you like, and then you can choose if it's your respawn location or not. You see some stats about the base there, the area and the number of objects of various categories against the current cap. And the cap that you see there is also expanded when you expand the base. And then you have some shield status information as well there. And the base shields, once they're up, they will protect your base against storm damage.
Yeah, this is crucial in Dune, though, to have your shields active. Otherwise, your base will start deteriorating.
Also, we see a tax area there as well, of course, for the taxes.
Yeah, so the advanced sub-5 console is taxed on a cycle, and if you don't end up paying that, then you'll lose your shield privileges, which will mean that the base will start taking damage.
It's like the
that's
base,
sort of a maintenance cost for it.
Right, and also like the base sub-5 is not taxed.
No, the first sub-5 is not taxed, so only when you progress further into the game.
Right now I'm claiming more land, which is something you can do with the advanced sub-5 console. So I'm gonna claim this land, and as we play, Camille is also gonna claim some more. You can keep advancing, expanding your base until you have 6 land claims. So it's quite a big area.
Yeah.
It's not infinite, obviously, but it's still quite big.
Yeah, you have the staking unit working over there, right? And the more segments you've claimed, the longer this will take, right? And if this was a PvP area, this is a process that can be fought over, right?
Yeah, you see you have a countdown here. And Camille has started to build here, so we can build our base together. That's a good thing in the game here. Let me just show you the basics of building here.
I think it's also important to mention that you can claim not just vertically, but also horizontally, right?
Yeah, you can expand in either dimension, right? So you can.
And that's a very good point, because you can keep on building high. Like you can build super cool bases on top of these peaks, find a nice elevated place, and just build a cool base. And we're gonna see examples of that, later.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have to expand horizontally if you don't want to. You could expand vertically and get what you need in terms of caps from that as well.
Yeah, and here Camille has placed some projections, so we can fill these. So you can just design your base and let others help construct it.
Yeah, those projections are also useful for planning out your design if you don't have enough resources available.
And also we see you like put out foundations first here to kind of have some stability going.
Yeah, that's where the stability comes from, the foundations, and from that point you can expand further with walls and other structures.
So an important thing your base is going to need is power, as we talked about, to power the shields. So I'm going to place a generator here. Now you can't get power from nothing, you have to have fuel for it. But we have a bit here, so I'm going to add the fuel.
Also, I just want to mention that we're actually cheating here a little bit. So we have dehydration off, and we also don't have sunstroke.
No.
So just so you know, just so makes it easier for us to actually show all the things that we want to show.
You can focus on building here.
Yes, exactly.
And here you can see the shields are now active.
Yeah, you can see it on the generator there, and on the sub-5 console effect that you have underneath there.
So, and you can move things you placed. You can't move building pieces, but you can move your placeables. And you can also easily, you can see here on my right side, I can control what I want to do. Piece picker, repair, move, demolish, or build. And this is very, very handy, and you can just, on a mouse and keyboard, you can just swap between it with a right click. So with piece picker, you can easily pick the piece you want, and now you have it selected.
Yeah, that's how we allow you to do most building-related activities just with the use of one tool.
and demolish. The moment you remove a piece, you get full refund on the resources.
Which I personally love.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it like, so you don't make mistakes and you get like punished for it, or like if
It's
you don't
not a
like
disaster
something.
if
I
you
love
make a
that.
mistake,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And also we've now put down some storage chests, as you can see, which is very cool as well, because you can actually craft but also build straight out of those storage chests.
Yes, it will automatically take the resources you have.
Yeah, as long, of course, as you do have those resources collected, as you have them available. And talking about that, we have Camille, who is now also going out to harvest some resources for us. We actually have enough to build and show some more things. He's on the way to collect some granite.
And you can see another building set being used as well.
Yeah. I started dipping into the Chom foundation here. So at the moment we have the starter building set is the Chom shelter.
Okay, and now we are actually switching over to Camille.
Yeah.
Yes. So we actually do see him driving the mining buggy.
Out looking for some resources.
Yes.
So let's see what we find.
Yes, you can see he has a mining turret on top there.
Yeah. So this is a more advanced version of mining, right? So you can drive around, you're looking for some resource node or some wreck that you want to mine from. And once you find something you like this node here, you can just jump into the turret and mine it for some resources. And this is a lot more effective than doing it on foot.
He's doing it on his own now, but of course you can do it with a friend, so one can drive and the other one can use the turret.
Yeah, for sure.
Goes way faster.
And he's missing a bit there. You need to back up.
Yeah.
So this is cool if you have one driver and one miner.
Yeah, it's easier than, exactly.
Yeah. So that makes it a bit easier, but it is, it's possible with just one person.
Yes, it's more efficient, you get more material that way as well.
Yeah.
So you mine some carbon here.
All right. Now, are we heading back or looking for more resources? See what we find.
So he's driving in Jabal Afrit now, which is above the rift. So you can see there's a lot of elevation here. This is a cool place to build tall buildings. Or I like building bases hanging out over ledges, for example. It can be very fun.
Yeah, you can build up on those spires if you want to, and
yeah, I think we can go back and do some more building.
Yes, okay, so we were talking about the different building sets. Right now we're showing off the Chom sets. As I said, you start with this one, Chom Shelter. The next one here is Chom Facility. These you can learn with just progressing, basically. But in addition, you have Atreides and Harkonnen building pieces. And for these, you got to align with one of the factions.
yeah, so you progress from one to the other, and then you can pick one of the faction sets, and depending on which faction you align to.
So we're going to show much more of Harkonnen and Atreides later. I have ready-made bases to show from that. As you can, so Arna didn't get the angle right, so then you just demolish and you just build again. There you go. And in Dune Awakening, it's just, you can see we've added more and more, expanded from Conan Exiles, so there are basically building pieces for every slot. If you have a hole in your building, there is a piece for it.
So you actually expanded on the type of pieces that you can have while building.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of piece varieties.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I quite like, for example, the half height. So you have half height walls. This will work well with the roofs, because some of them are not just flat, they are they build up, one half height. So you can see here. Let's see. One more. There.
There you go.
So you have basically a piece for every slot.
You may also note that if you're familiar with Exil's building, that the building pieces here are quite a bit bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
That really helps with repetition. If you're building a base and you feel that the pieces just keep repeating and it becomes a bit boring, with the bigger pieces you get less of that. So it's more visually interesting.
Yeah, and it also helps when you're building a huge base because you want to accommodate the vehicles that we see there,
Yes.
or even bigger vehicles that we have.
So right now I'm just mixing and matching a little bit here. So here you can see the second tier has different colors. The Harkonnen and Atreides building set are very different. They have very different colors and looks, and they have their own unique pieces. Chom here has some unique pieces as well. For example, like these ones, you can build these open areas, so you can basically build sort of little verandas, I would say. I built it just inside here now. But the Harkonnen and Atreides have even more unique pieces, so we're going to look at them later also. But especially things like the gates are massive and iconic. So the Atreides gate, for example, has a huge hawk on it, while the Harkonnen one has a big face. So we're going to show them in bases later.
Yeah. The higher end pieces, or the higher end sets, also have quite a bit more pieces than the
Yes.
lower end sets.
Here you can see the Harkonnen walls, for example. We can just place one here now, just to take a quick look.
There's a wall in Camille there.
Yes.
It's quite a different style.
You see the style is completely
It's very different, yeah.
and unique, right? Because this structure here will allow tons of creativity. Because you can make all sorts of shapes. You can put these on tops of your bases or on the bottom. And we'll see a lot of that that the players have built
Yes,
also
I was
later.
just about to mention that.
Yeah.
We'll actually see that later on when we do show some buildings that our beta testers have built in the beta. So once you have your build, of course, you start to also add machinery, right? Like to really establish your base.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's lots to choose from here. For example, we have shown a little bit of power generation. We can place a wind turbine here. So this will allow us to get more power.
Yeah, it's the next level of progression from the generator that you saw. Generates a bit more efficient.
And here you can see there are different tiers, right? As you progress in the game, you will unlock these. And
They get big.
Yeah.
Yes, they get really big. This is something really helpful in the game, this wind trap. It will help gather water for you. So it will automate survival a little bit. You don't have to go out, hunt for so much water. You will be able to find it in your base. And it will fill cisterns that you can place also.
Yeah, again, it's a bit more convenient to deal with the water pressure as you go along.
Of course, it gets more complicated as well because you have to make sure you have more power, you have enough power, and that they're all on the right circuit and all that. So the bigger you build, the more kind of management is also asked of you.
Right, there you have a fabricator. So this is the first one you'll get access to, and this one can be used to fabricate basic equipment from different categories. So let's see how that looks.
Yeah, so we can just start making making a pistol, for example, and you can see it actually. You see it forming as it crafts. So, and of course, you will be able to advance with different kinds of fabricators for different purposes. The biggest one is the huge vehicle fabricator here.
Yeah.
I have one in a big base we're going to look at later, but they're hard to place. So you need a lot of room.
Yeah, so this first one can be used to craft from many different categories, right? But as you go deeper into the technology, then you'll branch out and build more specific fabricators. for example, this one specialized for garments, and then you have other ones for weapons or vehicles, as you saw.
And as you craft, you're going to need more and more resources. So there are refineries, and for example, here we have spice refineries. Place one of them. The biggest one of them is gigantic. So you see
Now you ran out of power.
I went over my power limit, so now we need more power generation. So these are things you got to keep in mind as you build and as you expand.
You see that information on the subfief as well. You can actually check how much power is needed, and
you can always go in here and see how you're doing. And you can refuel all your generators from here. So if you have a huge base, lots of land claimed, you have wind turbines all over the place, you can refuel them from this one.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
Another thing that I love too is the fact that I think I briefly mentioned it earlier as well, that you can craft from those storages that you have directly. Another thing I really love though is the fact that you can actually move those chests without having to empty them first, which is something that I really appreciate.
That makes it a lot more convenient if you want to rearrange your base. You don't have to move items out of your chests before you move them.
It's a little quality of life thing that makes such a huge difference. Yeah, absolutely.
So here, place the next tier of wind trap. As long as you have a shielded base, all your placeables, your decorations, all your utilities, they are also shielded. So even if they are on the roof, they have protection.
We talked about the different building sets, of course. You mentioned factions and things that we have for right now. And from what I understand, we will also have, after release, we also have Twitch drops that will be giving you some new pieces. No, we want to spoil any more details about that, but there's opportunities for people.
I can say I've been looking at them recently.
And they look amazing, don't they?
Yeah, genuinely.
Okay. Which is a bit mean that we're saying that now without showing them, but they are actually looking
very
cool. Very cool. No, it's not that far off. That's
We'll see them soon, right?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. So I'm personally very excited about that too, and it looks very cool. That specific set.
In addition to building pieces, there's a lot of decorations, obviously. Right now you can see decorations here from both CHOAM, Atreides and Harkonnen. We're going to show bases with rooms decorated with these soon, so don't worry, you're going to see them all placed out. You can have wall decorations, carpets, so yeah, there's lots to look forward to here. Yeah, a unique, and just remember the pieces will keep on coming.
Yes.
All right. Do we want to talk a little bit about copying bases?
Yeah, let's do that.
So in my inventory, I have a base copied already that I built before, and it is here. So it's in this replicator. So here you can see a base I've built. And as long as you have this item and you have enough land claim, you can now place out the projection of this base.
Yeah, so the way this works is that you can craft one of those Solido replicators, and with that you can then copy a design of a previous base and place it somewhere else. Or you can sell it to someone or give it to someone else.
Yes, we actually talked about that as well in one of the later segments. Exactly. Yeah. Actually something that's very
So here you can see me placing the base I was just previewing. So first you gotta try and adjust it to find a spot, and once you place it you can then confirm. So now it is placed. Now I cannot see it anymore, but the moment I build my building tool up, I put it here, now I can see the outline of this base, and I can start filling in the pieces. Now even if I copied it and I placed it out, you still need to place out the building pieces. Like you don't get them for free, right? You have to craft your base.
Yeah.
And this base is basically, the idea of it is that it's a forward operating base that could be very handy for the deep desert, because it has several places for shielded ornithopters, and basically a core structure that has a lot of room for crafting machines and stuff like that.
We can actually show that, because we have a video prepared for what that actually looks like once you have it completely built again.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll save you a lot of time
and
each
there
week.
it is. Yeah. and there it is. I mean, that's a
great looking
that's Tor
base.
Egil magic right there. Yeah. So it gives you an opportunity to see like all the things that you can do. You have like those different doors here that you can actually just fly in or drive through without having to open and close, even though they're like kind of, you can't go in there if you don't have permission. Penta shields, exactly. You also see the big wind traps on the side. Those are actually
wind turbines.
Wind turbines.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so here's the interesting part. You can build creatively just for beauty's sake, or you can build very, efficiently and just make a box. That's up to you. And here I sort of combined it a bit. I made it reasonably concise, square-shaped to be easier to place out. And but still, I've added a little bit of flourish here. You can see especially the Atreides pieces, the wings, which is a unique Atreides feature here, and the gate you see there. But it's of course functional for the deep desert with the ornithopters.
Good access points, exactly, on the roof. And also like they lend itself really well to like kind of mirror like buildings, those specific pieces, which is very cool.
And you see those penta shields there, they fully protect you against the shields and protect against the storms. And they protect the vehicles against the storm damage as well.
So just make sure you have enough power and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can actually now switch again and check out some other faction buildings.
Yes. So right now we've moved a little bit. I just got to get out of the sand here. I see the worm is prowling.
That's dangerous.
Yes. I'm close enough to land here.
You were that's close to the sand though, not gonna lie. So
it's risky.
Yep.
So here I built a base with the two different chome sets. So we're gonna get a better look at it. I'm gonna fly up and stuff later, but you can see a little bit of an outline here. You can see some banners, things like that. Buggy entrance here, and penta shield protects it. So we're gonna head in.
A lot of machinery going on there as well.
Yeah.
Refinery there.
Little picnic table in the middle, I like it. Yeah. And here we have a nice resting area.
So here we have chome decorations, which I really like. The walls here, the bed, and you can really, if you want to.
Very 70s, isn't it? Like a little bit, or is it? Yeah, 70s.
Yeah, you could say that.
Bit of a vibe.
Yeah, quite like the bookshelves here. So you see, like, even if, Dune Awakening is, it focuses on survival, you have to, beware of the sandworm, the sandstorms, you can still do things like this. You can still be creative, you can still build if that's what you want to do. And here I'm playing around with elevation here inside, and you see that as we get outside also.
You gotta chill sometimes too, like... You gotta
exactly.
Enjoy your spiced tea and
Yes, and yes, because you can see there's lots of cutlery and cups and nice things, right? And you can just build this with your guild and have a nice time. It doesn't all have to be about maximizing profits and fighting.
Exactly.
Nice combination with the functional downstairs there and then the sitting area above.
The social areas. I agree. I agree.
So I'm gonna head up so that we can get a bit better look at.
And also really nice
space.
to see the verticality here as well, like how you can build, like also like nicely built into the mountainside here.
Yes, and we'll see that as I get into the Thopter here. So here we have a chome Thopter. We're just gonna take off and take a little look at the base here. So here you can see the combination of the two chome sets.
The more sandy color for the basic one, and then the white one for that one.
And they kind of, I feel they really fit in with Dune here. The style of them,
Making use of the verticality here in this limited space, right?
Yes, exactly. And because this is an obvious thing in Dune Awakening that you may not think about, like you cannot build a base anywhere. If you build it out in the sand, it's
well,
going to get eaten.
But
it won't last long.
You can in like
the worm is going to have a great time.
Yes. So, and up here, for example, I have a chome assault thopter, which is a ornithopter, which is a little bit bigger than I have here. And yeah, so you can see you can build both functionally and if you want to play around with building beautiful things, you can do that. So we got a peek at this base here. I built a little veranda here actually.
It's nice how you see those Prudence doors glowing there from a distance.
Yeah, and here you can see these unique chome pieces. For example, this here, so you can have a little seating area.
The ones you mentioned earlier.
Oh, and we see the worm.
Ooh.
But we are safe in the
close
air.
though. Oh my god, it's very close.
He can't get up here, so everything is all right. All right, so I'm gonna head over to an Atreides base. By the way, I have the sunset die, the swatch for the Thopter. So, and this is part of the pre-order reward. So now, yeah, we see the worm below us actually. That's quite fun.
A bit too
safe
close.
up there. Just don't go. You're not safe in the air if you're too close. Just we mentioned that just now. Like, yeah, if you get into the beta, you can test how close you can get with the Ornithopter to the storm before to the worm before it's. Reactive.
So our Thopter here has a couple of modules. It has a boost, so I can fly faster. The clue there here is not to overheat, and I have a scanner. You can just scan a little bit and then reveals resources as you go. You can see the area is quite decent on this. So we're just flying towards the shield wall. I've built a big Atreides base up here. Yeah. Right now this is a trade post we see in front of us, so this is an important location for players because you can find trainers here, you can trade, you can find contracts, all sorts of things.
It's a hub for activities in the region, right?
Yeah. On our right here we have Vermilius Gap, and on our left we have Misateril and the Udam, and then we have the shield wall up here. So now you can actually see my base here coming into view. Built a big Atreides base here. This is using all 6 land claim areas. So this is basically, it's filling out. You can build a little bit bigger, but not a lot. So, and here you can really see the verticality. You can see I built along the cliff here, and you can see the Atreides wings. So these jut out. You see the unique Atreides colors here.
That's great for that spot.
It's a nice spot, and it gives you a view of the whole, almost the whole map, right?
A new really great vantage point. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna settle down here. So just a quick look at, here you can see the Atreides pieces as they have been used, and these are really unique.
Big. They're very big
unique
too.
walls, these wings, everything is unique here. So in the base here, for example, here I have the biggest vehicle fabricator right here. So it's a huge platform.
Some water storage there as well, I see.
Yeah.
Large water tanks.
And here the Atreides Assault Ornithopter with rocket pods there. So, and yeah, I'm gonna show you a little bit around this base. Actually, I want to show the front of it a little bit to show off the gate, because the Atreides gate I really love. I just want to take a quick look at it here from this side as well, because the hawk of the Atreides gate is really, it's both creative and sort of majestic. How cool here, so you can see.
Well, I prefer the Harkonnen, just saying. But,
yeah, we're gonna show off another Harkonnen base soon also. But I've been promising you some decorations, so we're gonna take a look at them. So
you still see the combination of the functional there as well, with the wind traps and the turbines.
you can see the creativity here too, or like the eye for building as well, because some people might just, stack them next to each other somewhere down in the basement.
Yeah.
And here we are like, well, obviously not the...
You're lucky Tor Egil here isn't in the competition, right? That would be tough.
Well, there's some pretty good
there you go, we could do
there.
that. Yeah, we could do that for the future though, like meet Tor Egil.
That'd be something.
So here I've decorated an Atreides room. It's using both Atreides decorations and the Caladan Palace set.
Right, the one that you get when you pre-order.
Yes, you get it in the Ultimate Edition. So actually here I have the terrarium
and the Muad'Dib as well.
You can see him in there.
Yes.
There he is. And yeah,
Another.
the Caladan Palisade is big. It has both building pieces and these decorations, so I can show you some unique things from it. For example, it has these unique wood panels that you can put on your walls. It has, yeah, you can see a portrait here. I think this is Paul's grandfather, Leto.
Mm-hmm.
Leto the first, was it?
And yes. So you can see these are part of the Caladan Palisade, these nice furniture, and even some roof pieces, this roof piece, and these doors. So it's a fully functional, you know, can build fully functional rooms with it. But and these holograms, you can see the decorations here. You can basically go pretty crazy. You can put together all sorts of things: bookcases, banners, holograms, glow globes, and up here we have a unique piece which is like a fresco. Players will be able to get access to this
Eventually.
eventually.
Yes. Yes.
That's a great looking piece, though.
It is, though. That mural
Yeah.
is fantastic. It's really beautiful. It's really big, too, though. It's huge. Yeah. Yeah, this is
So-
amazing. I think we should maybe move over to a Harkonnen base now as well.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because let's go Harkonnen. No.
Yes.
So that's to see the contrast as
yes,
well.
it's a
That's the good
contrast.
side, right?
That's the right side.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
There
We're
we
at
go.
the Harkonnen base now.
Cool. Now we have Camille outside the Harkonnen base. Yes. So he's just going to start off a little bit of interior here. So I built some nice rooms. There's the biggest spice refinery, by the way, on the right there. It's huge.
You need space for that one.
Yes, a massive base.
Quite a few stories tall, that one.
Yes. Yeah, you need space for that one.
But yeah, we can see we're inside the Harkonnen structure. We're going to see it from the outside also. And we can take a look at the unique Harkonnen decorations. So, for example, straight ahead here, I have a little bedroom. You can see bed, and the style is very different.
Very dark.
Yes.
It is.
But it has a lot of unique details.
More
And
rounder shapes.
It's
Yes.
just more organic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Much
while
more.
the Atreides one is very
Yeah.
like military, very like edges and
So a little office here, and on the left, put in a few more lights with holograms and like a dining area here. So you see, it has a fully fledged set of decorations. I think you have to, you have to align with the faction to unlock these, and then you purchase them from their quartermasters, right, Leo?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
you have
So, yeah.
to work your way up the
You can
ranks.
take a quick trip outside. You can, Camille here, he has a Harkonnen Ornithopter.
Oh, my favorite.
So
That's a nice looking one.
I love that so much
Yeah.
because it actually looks like a dragonfly. It actually
It
looks
does.
like
Yeah.
an insect. It's
And
so incredible.
You get that in the same way, right?
Yes.
Progressing through the ranks and
Yes,
unlocking it.
exactly.
yeah. So here you can see the base. You have a ground section, and then as you go up, you see built up on the ledge there, I built another base basically, but they're all connected. If you keep to the same grid, you can connect over big areas and vertically. So this is just a tip to, if you're in your building, just keep on the same grid, keep everything connected, and it will all match up. So you can see the unique round pieces here of the Harkonnen. Yeah, those decorated, those big heads are really awesome.
I agree.
And the gate with the huge face. You can see there.
Yeah, this is an amazing looking base.
It is though. Like
The
it's
first time I
huge.
saw it, I could hardly believe it.
Yeah, but also it's like it's so much bigger than it looks from here because
Yeah.
you're like really outside in the Ornithopter and it's actually really
Yeah.
massive. It's super massive.
But this shows you can really be creative here,
Yes.
find a cool place, start building, and especially if you get into building, if you get a bit, experienced, you can do this in not too long. Like if you have the resources, I can build this in maybe a day and maybe a little bit more, but you can build it quite quickly.
And it's really
well,
tailored
you're very
here.
experienced as well, yeah.
I have built, it has helped building, dozens of cities in Conan Exiles.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's still, it's a thrill always to build in Dune Awakening, I think.
Talking about creativity, we have actually done a call to action in our internal beta, and we asked everyone really, we asked everyone in the beta to send us their buildings. So we're gonna do a contest now where Twitch chat, unfortunately, our bot is not working on YouTube for whatever reason, we apologize for that, but Twitch can vote. We will show you. We picked 5 of our favorites that were submitted, and we will let you vote in chat. The first prize will get a Ultimate Edition for Dune Awakening, and the 4 runner-ups will all get a Deluxe Edition. Wait, what was that? Sorry. Yes.
So that's
that's
again.
base
There we go.
number A.
There we
So
go.
There we go.
So now we go. Now we have it. So if you want to vote, you do !A, B, C, D, or E in chat, and then you vote for that specific building. But obviously, wait until we see all of them, and then start voting.
Here we have a Harkonnen style base.
And it's huge.
Yeah.
So you can see the round shapes. It's
This is amazing.
I
Just
captured-
this view is really
I
fantastic.
captured this video yesterday, and there's lots of cool bases here, and they're really big. And just a thing to point out here, the servers are so full of bases. You see them everywhere basically. So it's really awesome to see how much people are building.
Also,
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that we have actually mostly judged by the look from the outside, plus also accessibility, how it will kind of work in the setup and everything, how it was built in the terrain, because we didn't really have as much, what is it called? We didn't
Focus on
focus
interior.
that much on interior because not everyone had access to those. So we apologize for that in advance, and we definitely have more opportunities down the line. So here we have another Atreides space.
Yeah, and Submission B here has built a long wall similar to what I did for the Atreides space.
Yes.
You can get like a really nice view, like overhanging the edge. And yeah, it's pretty big also this. And you can see the unique Atreides pieces. It's really cool to see how creative the players are. And,
Absolutely.
And as, after launch, we'll just see more and more of it.
Also this one,
Yes.
a
That's a great
fantastic
looking one.
point.
Yeah.
A fantastic point as well to choose for your building because it has such an amazing view from up there.
Yeah. And this is showing how you can use even the
Beautiful.
angular pieces to make a bit more organic shapes on a larger scale, right? Which they clearly have done here.
In this space, they've actually combined a little bit of Harkonnen with Atreides.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, which is possible if you
If you betray one
Yeah.
faction.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is built in the Udam, so it's a very creative region there.
Also this one, obviously maybe hard to tell which faction this is for.
Yeah.
The eagle here is quite
It's
stunning.
a little bit
I
of a
think.
giveaway,
Yeah.
regarding
The Atreides
what
Hawk, I
faction
mean,
that
yeah.
is. It's very cool.
It's cool. This one has a good interior also, this space. So I
Yes.
did a capture here going up, showing off a little bit here.
You see that a little
Some
bit.
great balconies here too.
Yeah.
It's just a really great usage of the space as well. And here we have another Harkonnen one.
We have a huge garage there, it looks
Yeah.
like as well. That's
really
nice.
fly thopters in
Yeah.
there.
That's
It's like
great.
you can actually fit the carrier into that one.
This is built in the very corner of the shield wall, and there you can see a really nice interior there. So, it's a huge base. The tower is staggeringly tall.
Oh yeah.
And this is, remember, if you just increase your base, the land size vertically, you can keep on building up.
So, as I mentioned, we have actually chosen 5 that we showed you now, but we also want to show you some of the honorable mentions that we really liked as well, but they didn't make it into the top 5. This is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
It's very creative.
Very
Pineapple.
spiky. Yeah.
Was wasn't there like, there was a little thing that I think Ignacio wanted to put on this. It's like, is this the fit? There we go.
Yeah,
Favorite pizza topping. I took it.
That's great.
Perfect. Favorite pizza topping. There is no discussion.
Oh, look at that.
Pizza.
Yeah,
this is really cool too. Very creative.
It's built with Atreides pillar foundations to make this sort of lattice work here. It's very creative.
I love that a lot.
Just a bit of a cage feeling to it.
It shows you can just go nuts if you want to.
And this one, of course.
Oh, wow.
Like the scorpion, yes. It's just absolutely crazy. Like,
it's really
that's really creative.
And that's like the beta testers. Imagine once the game releases and we have like...
That's incredible.
Millions, I don't know how people play a game, but it's like, I just can't wait to see what players will create. I mean, this is just...
This one I hear is a dedicated toilet.
That's a toilet!
Yes. So I did take a photo of myself there.
That's amazing.
So
that's nice for the passerby, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then a little homage to Shai Hulud, obviously. Also absolutely fantastic, so creative.
Yeah, it's really cool.
After being eaten too many times.
Yeah, I know. It's
Please
like,
not again. I'll build a statue.
It's like a prayer thing. It's like, if I'm... All right, so we are closing the poll in a few seconds, and it seems we have a clear winner, actually. Yeah, so it looks like...
Let's see.
Do we have the results?
I think he was...
I wonder who it is.
46% for option C. Can we show that again, maybe?
Oh, wow.
That's the pineapple.
Yeah, so C is the base built in Odam.
There we go.
Yes.
Congratulations
Nice.
to option C, who won
It's a really good
an
one.
ultimate edition of Dune Awakening. And everyone else in those top 5, like the 4 runner-ups, will get a deluxe edition as well. So thank you so much. And also, we have a surprise for the honorable mentions. They will all get a standard edition as well. Plus, a little surprise for everyone in the beta who has submitted a build who didn't make it into the stream. We have a little surprise for you as well. More on that in the Discord, though. There will be a message for you later.
A small comment on the winner there. It was a lot of decorated interiors also, so that base had, the builder had really put effort in here.
Yes, I'm actually, I mean, obviously I'm a little bit sad that we couldn't put more weight on interior design, but it was just not fair to the ones who didn't have those unlocked. So we couldn't really do that. Again, as I mentioned, you'll have more opportunities, but some of the interior designs that we saw in the submissions are absolutely mind-blowing, and maybe we will probably have, I would assume we will have a post sometime down the line where we show those buildings a little bit more and also like show some of the interior design. I think that would be very cool. But yes, I think we can wrap up the building segment here. Leo and Tor Egil, thank you so very much for being here and talk to us about building. And we are going into the next segment, which is story and